Good morning, well, afternoon, and happy Friday. Welcome to Let's Talk Live with Martin Yu, the live podcast bringing much needed community conversations to the table. Let's Talk Live is an exciting, reverent, and educational podcast that digs deep into community conversations, the community involvement, and stories of our alumni success that only Martin University can deliver. To kick us off for Women's History Month, it is my honor to introduce you all to Indianapolis contemporary artist, creative, and Far East Side native, Miss Shady Bell, also known as Shady the Art Lady. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, so I want to kick off into a Women's History Month with one of our very own within Indianapolis, Indiana. So thank you for joining me, and let's just start off with some introductions on who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Shady Bell. I'm also known as Shady the Art Lady. That is my brand, and I am an artist. I'm a painter. I'm a designer. Um, I actually define myself as the mecca of all things art, but in a lady form. And I'm sorry, it's always hard to talk about myself, but I do a lot. I host solo shows, I do partner shows, a lot of collaborations with local brands and upcoming artists as well, and galleries. Um, yeah, I could tell you a year of things I do, but yeah, that's it.
We're just gonna say you're the jack of all trades when it comes
Yeah.
to it. That's what's up. I wanted to ask you, and I know you get asked this all the time, but I'm gonna do it anyways because this is the show and we gotta know too, because it might be some people that never knew what you did or how you started off. So, how did you start off with art or knowing that this is what you want to do as your professionalism?
Um, I had two, maybe three coming. Well, I would say three testimonies where I was just like, I was about to give up on doing art, and then that's how I figured out that I wanted to do it. The first time was me actually making a painting for someone I worked with at the Texas Roadhouse. And I sold a painting for $20. I was like, that was cool. Maybe this is a thing. The second thing would probably be me giving all of the artwork I made in like 2015 away on Twitter. And then the next day I got into an art submission for Amber Rose's Slut Walk in 2016. I think that was 2016. I believe, yeah. And that was just like a realization like, oh, actually, I need to be doing this. And one of my paintings, one of my biggest paintings or most popular paintings I'm like known for, just touched a lot of people and they really connected with me in Indiana in a way that like it wasn't a coincidence. So that's why I'm an artist. I find it to be sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but
You're good.
yeah, I just keep finding myself in art, so it's something I'm always going to come back to, basically.
I know a lot of artists have like a set style or the trends, so to speak, on how they create their work or how they speak through their art. What would you consider your style of art?
Um, it's groovy. My style of art, I actually don't know. Some people have come to me and tell me about like it's a 2D or flat art, but I don't really define it besides it being very colorful and a storytelling form. Yeah, I would consider it how I tell my story, like my life experience. It's more of like I would compare it to like caveman art, kind of like capturing moments in time. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I know that a lot of your pieces within the past couple years have displayed a character or a figure. Can you go into depth on what that is exactly? Because I know some people may think that from some stories that it could be, an ancestor. Some people can say it's an angel, or some people can just think that it's people. What would you call it?
Um, I feel as if it's all of those things because, in my opinion, for the human experience, you have to be a human, then you'll become an ancestor, and then you're an angel. So it's all of that wrapped into one. It's the way I express how I meet really nice people around the world, the city, majority of the time. But it's just a symbolization of really almost a way to congregate and bring people together for me in my head. They're a union. Uh, they represent so much. It's all of that. So they're angels and their ancestors. They're just good spirits that are watching out for me, and I believe they're watching out for everybody. You know, that's just the way I express it.
2021 was pretty tough for you, and we could definitely go into depth on 2022 on how everything really was starting to come into play. Can you give us a rundown on all your experiences in 2022, from your art shows to your partnerships, collaborations, things like that, and how you just really like took off from podcasts to a certain university? Let us know what all you did last year.
Oh wow, was it a big year?
It was a big year.
Yeah. Phew, where do I start? That's really a loaded question. 2021. Um, I lost my father, and after that, there was this point where I was just like, well, the only thing I have to fall back on is art. So I like forced myself to create a life that I wanted to have, and I manifested a lot of things that I asked for, like big collaboration, um, big art shows. I got to be in Butter 1 and 2, which was 2021 and 2022. I got to do a merch collab and an interview with the Pregame podcast. Um, Shout out to them. I was also featured in a music video with the local band and rapper Huckleberry Funk. I think that's. I could be. No, that is not what it's called. Yeah, Huckleberry Funk. My bad. And the song Tequila, I was the love interest for Daylo Ramirez. That was like one of my first time acting. I also got to do an historical mural, excuse me, on Butler Butler University's campus at the Jordan Hall. Dr. Terry Jett, uh, bless her, she actually helped see that through. One of the biggest moments in my life. I had the final show for Wandering Through the Shade. It's a solo series that I have, and that was super dope, super fun. A lot of people came out for that. I got my artwork tattooed on me somewhere on my neck.
Other side.
On this side, of this side, okay. Um, yeah, I had another mural put up on 38th in Illinois. Um, there is also another mural that was posted downtown near the convention center. It's called Waves Don't Die, along with a few other artists. What else did I do? Um, I taught a painting class in the Artway Fest. No, Partyway Festival.
Mm-hmm.
No, or
Yep.
it was for Seven House, but yeah, it was Partyway, I believe. And a lot of interviews. I got featured in the Eastside magazine. Um, that's a magazine that's originated from a teacher uh, that went to my high school. I had Canaway, which was in Detroit. There's a lot of ums, but there was a lot. There was Tiny. I did Tiny for the Indie Arts Council. Yeah, a lot. I got COVID twice. Yeah, I think that was my big 2022. It was great.
You had
Yeah.
to double it.
No, I had to double it, baby. Yeah, 2022, it was rough as well. It was as rough as 2021, but like I got through it all. I think that's why my art is so relatable.
I like that. So you mentioned just now Wandering Through the Shade, and for people that don't know what Wandering Through the Shade is in the series, can you elaborate on what that show consisted of?
Yes, Wandering Through the Shade started in 2018. It was a name I actually came up with my friend Casey. I was trying to figure out what to name an art show. I had never done an art show, and it's just based upon like whatever year I had or whatever style or subject I'm working on. I wanted to display that to everybody or share it with the world, and whoever vibrated it, or that's not a word. Whoever came to the show would understand. This is what it's like to wander through my mind. So yeah, I like to share my experience through this particular art show, but it's come to an end because I don't think I'm wandering anymore. I think I've grown a lot over these last 8 years in Indianapolis, and I just feel like I'm a force to be reckoned with. So I don't want to wander. I want to walk with intention and direction to my journey and what happens next for me. So yeah, we're saying farewell to wandering through the shade and hello to a new chapter.
Nice. And with you saying farewell, you do have an event tomorrow, and it won't be so rainy and cloudy. Tomorrow it's going to be a nice day.
It should
So
be.
let us know what Farewell Lady event is. Where can they go? What time? All that good
Yeah.
stuff.
So farewell, my lady. Love Shady is going to be hosted at A Thousand Words Gallery. That is, let me pull that up to give you the exact. It's actually a black-owned gallery, and that is on 3328 East 10th Street, Suite C. Thousand Words Gallery. Yes, from 5 to 8. Come see all the cool art that I made over the last year. Yeah, since the last show, since last March. I try to do a show every March. And it's all unique. A lot of it just has intentions of just, I was in a heavy space, and this artwork helped me get out of that space. And I've challenged um, my original black and white figures. I've warped them into something that, I don't know, it looks so groovy. I can't describe it as anything else but funky and groovy and bright and colorful. Real cute.
I like that. Will these
Yeah.
pieces be for sale? Is this a free event?
Yes, this is a completely free event. These pieces are actually going to be marked down because I would like to give back to the city. And it's a lot of artwork that I honestly can't take with me on my next chapter. God willing, I'm able to make art for the next few, hundreds, decades, all these years. But I am more than willing to give the artwork I have made here back to my city because why not? A lot of people where I come from, they don't know about fine art. So I'm always with like educating and sharing beautiful things with people that come from the same background as me and people that aren't from the same background as me. But more so, I do it for, you know what I mean? I do it for me. I do it for my friends. I do it for my family and all that good stuff.
Yes, I have one of the Shady originals in my house as well. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh,
It's really
too.
cool. I do. Look at us, twins.
This is actually
What?
an art done by a friend, but yeah.
It looks amazing still. But what is a common misconception that people have of your artwork?
A common misconception. Um, oh, that's a Oh, that I'm always sad. I mean, people really be checking up on me like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm great. I'm actually very happy." But I really um I challenge myself to paint about subjects or make stories about the heavy subjects I have encountered in my life, and I think that's the most that all my pains are coming from a sad place. It's like the most misconception. Or is there anything else? No, honestly, not really. I think my art is kind of straightforward. Like once you look at it, you're like, oh, I can understand what she's saying here. There's not too much secrecy or mystery about it. It's like in your face here.
Okay. Do you intentionally set your art shows for March because it's Women History Month, or did that just kind of play out like that?
The first show, no, but afterwards, yes. Every I force it to be like that because it's I don't know. I feel really powerful. It's the month after my birthday, and I just feel like this is how I want to kick off a new year, top of the year show, and then I got another year to come back to a new age, and let's do it again. And I'm a woman. I'm black. Yeah, it's like I had to double it. You know what I mean? February's my birthday month. That's
Double
Pride Month.
it.
You know what I mean? Let's not stop there. Let's run it up. I'm a woman, and let's
Right.
do it again. Yeah, let's keep celebrating, man.
What
Yeah.
are your goals this year? I know that this chapter is closing with Wandering Through the Shade and your time in Indianapolis. So, what's next for you? What do you want to do? It doesn't necessarily have to be set in stone, but what would you like to do? New city, you're not wandering anymore. You're standing stern on who you are, what you want, you claiming it. So, what do you want?
Mhm. I want to travel. I actually want to spread my artwork all over the world. Um, to, to be more specific, I would actually like to become fluent in Spanish and travel to Black communities in Spanish speaking countries, just to understand how they celebrate death. I'm very big on expressing my grievances through my art and healing through that. And I'm very, very curious on how other cultures that look like me do it. I know it's different for almost everyone, every country at least, or even state to state, it's a little different. I hear things are different in New Orleans and how they have funerals versus like how we have funerals in Indiana. So I'm always curious to see life after death with people. It's not really for the dead; it's for the living. And I'm always
Mhm.
just curious about how I experience it and how others experience keeps me motivated. That's my goal. Yeah, to get to another country and do some research and adapt and give some art back to that country or that community. Yeah, that's the next thing. I am moving. I'm doing a lot because I can. I love my life. I have so much stuff I want to do.
You
Also,
can. Ain't that the beauty? You
that's the
can.
beauty of it all. Yeah, I want to become a yoga instructor. I want to orchestrate a yoga class around like healing through grief. I wouldn't say but healing through grief, and also probably making some classes structured around like comic relief. And yeah, I love yoga as much as I love art. I want to do all the things. So those are the two things on my list: to travel and to become a certified yoga instructor. Maybe even a model. I don't know. I keep adding on to my list. I might be a DJ or something in Europe. Who
Sprinkle that in there.
knows?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Might as well. I mean, don't limit yourself. You're no
Yeah,
longer
man.
wandering, so go for whatever you set your mind on. So I think that's the beauty of everything that you're about to encounter and endure. And we are all behind you in the city of Indianapolis. And yes.
Thank
Also,
you.
I know that this journey in Indianapolis is coming to an end, but you're always going to come back to visit, things like that. But what if someone wants to still collaborate or partner with you that is watching? Is that still on the table? And if so, how can they contact you?
Oh, yes, of course. You can always contact me via Instagram. Actually, email would be better. My email address is also on my Instagram account. It's Shady the Art Lady, or paintwithshady@gmail.com. And yeah, I talk a lot of stuff on Twitter that usually is just for the hey nay there. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter to stay connected as well.
Nice. Well, I thank you. Oh, and I want to know also one more thing from you is what does Women History mean to you?
Women history
Like
means
Women's
to
History
me.
Month. Like we have a whole month to celebrate us. Like what does that mean to you?
That means honestly, whew, looking at it, the last year I would say it's come to my attention that a lot of women that are just like in front of me every day, like my aunt, my great aunts, my mom, sister, aunties, looking at them really demonstrates like what it means to be a woman to me, like how to survive, how to overcome all these things. And I know like if this is right here in my face, I know it's going on all over the world. All these women are overcoming obstacles that I couldn't even imagine getting over. So it just means to be celebrated, to be soft, but also to be fearless in your approach. That's how I feel like I celebrate myself as being a woman. I'm fearless in my approach, and I do it with grace. So yeah, if that does that answer the question?
Yes. There's no wrong answer. It's you. It's how you feel, how you see it, and how you view things. So,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
wrong
no,
answer.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, I thank you so much for your time. Guys, be sure to get out to 1,000 Words Indie tomorrow for her final show here in Indianapolis from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. It is free. Come enjoy the time, conversations, memories, and potential network opportunities. You don't know who will come into a Shady the Art Lady show. I will tell
Listen,
you that.
you
You
could
have no
find the
idea.
love of your life here. Honestly,
That has happened. That has definitely happened with some people that we
several
know.
times. Actually. I'm like, how are y'all getting relationships? But I
You
digress.
Cupid.
Listen,
You Cupid, that's all.
I'm cute.
But
My heart.
I thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining Let's Talk Live with Martin Yu, Shady the Art Lady, artist, creative, far East Side native, all that good stuff, designer. She's going to be a model, a traveler, you name it, that's her. Uh, thank you guys. I'm your guest host, Antia King, and I'll see you same place, same time next week on Let's Talk Live with Martin Yu.